Hello everybody, my name is Abdul Basit and I am going to make a series of videos as a fast track for the CCNA labs. For these labs you have to have some knowledge of the basic IP terms, and what I will be doing here is I will be repeating my lab sessions at the CCNA training. So guys that don't know, that don't have practice at the CCNA labs, they can verify their settings and their lab, or you can use this video as manual for your lab sessions. So the first thing that I am going to do in this video is that I will be telling how to connect to the router, or specifically Cisco routers, and what are the necessary details that you need to know before connecting to a Cisco router. So first, if you are going to use a Windows platform, there are three types of programs that you can use to connect to a Cisco router. So the first program that you can use is, as some of you might know, is known as Hyperterminal. It's also included in the Windows, and for Windows XP and 7 or above, you can download it from but just by googling it. And if you don't like Hyperterminal, then you can use PuTTY, or also you can use a paid program that you can buy from the internet. It's called a Secure CRT. Okay, so these are the programs that you can use to connect to a Cisco router. So first, in a real life scenario, you need to have a computer, and you need to have a console cable. Okay, this cable is used to connect a system like your PC or an end device to a Cisco router. Okay, so these things will be needed to connect a certain end device like a PC to a Cisco router. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing here is I will be showing all of these things on a simulator that's also provided by Cisco, known as the Packet Tracer. It has a view like this. Okay, this is the Cisco Packet Tracer, and you can get it from internet. It's free. Okay, so what I will be doing is that I will be doing this whole process in this simulation, but the process is the same. It's just that if you don't have the real devices at hand, so you can use this simulation to test all your to perform all your labs and everything. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is to show you how you can do these labs, and the process will be the same through all the labs. So what I will be doing today is I will be taking an end device, and then I will connect it to a Cisco router. Okay, using using a console cable. Okay, so first thing I will be doing is, this panel contains all the devices. Okay, this is the main screen, and this panel contains all the devices that we can use. Okay, so the first thing that I will be doing is I will be going to the end devices. Okay, when you will hover your mouse, it will show you in this which category you are at. Okay, when I click these end devices, you can see these end devices here. Okay, so I'm going to pick a PC. Okay, from here just click and then click, and it will place a PC as an end device here. Okay, the next thing that I will be needing is that Cisco router. So you can get routers from the routers category, but we will be getting a router from the custom made devices, because these devices have all the ports and everything you need to perform your practicals on it. Okay, so I will be selecting from the custom made devices a router 2811. Okay, just click and then click in the screen and it will be placed here. Okay, the next thing is we have to connect the PC to the router. Okay, so for the connection purposes, this, the lightning sign has all the connection cables in it. Okay, so we'll just click this sign and then we will select the console cable. So if you have seen a console cable in the real life, it's also just like this one, a blue one. Okay, so when we hover on this, every cable has its own name below this, and I will select the console cable. So just click and then I will click on the PC. So let's here you need to also know that a console cable at the PC side connects in a RS232 port. Okay, so we will have to select the port which we will be using to connect the console cable from the PC to the router. So I will select here as RS323 and then I will just drag my mouse, okay, over to the router and then click on the router, and here I will select the console. Okay, this console is a port on the router. Okay, in the real physically, if we are talking physically, it's a port, okay, that has an RJ45 connector. Okay, and we will just click the console and we have a connection of our PC to the a router, okay, specifically a Cisco router. So we can now access the iOS, okay, that's operating system installed on all Cisco routers from our PC. So how can we access our router from our PC? And then I will also tell you how you can access the CLI, the command line interface of iOS without the PC. Okay, so first go with the PC. Okay, just click on the PC and here you can see some tabs: physical, config, and desktop. We will be using the desktop one. Okay, so here you can see a lot of options. Here's IP configuration, dial-up, terminal, command. All these we can use, but these will be used later. But now what we are dealing here today is the terminal. Okay, just like the heartbeat terminal in Windows, here in the simulation it's called just only terminal. Okay, I will click on it and it will display this terminal configuration. One other thing that you need to know is that if you are using any software to connect, for example here, or if you're using hyperterminal, POTI, or secure CRT, you have to configure at least two things to access a Cisco router. Okay, the first is the baud rate. Okay, the baud rate needs to be set at 9600 bps. Okay, this should be set at this to connect to a Cisco router. And the second is the port number. Okay, if you're using this simulation, you don't have to do anything. You just have to click and then click OK, and it will access you, it will give access the access to the Cisco router. Okay, this will be the screen of the Cisco router. So if you are coming to the screen for the first time, you will have to say no, okay, with the configuration, and when you will press the enter, it will give you access to the router. Okay, so this is how you can access a Cisco router in the Cisco packet tracer simulation software, okay, using an end device. Okay, so now, as I said, I will also tell a second way on how to access this CLI, the command line interface of the iOS, with little or no effort. So I will close this, and if I click directly on the router, it will also give me some options. And after that, if I click on the CLI, I can see the same screen that I went to from the system from here. So if you want to save your time, and we will do the same in all of our coming lab sections, we will just be placing a router and accessing its CLI directly from the router, okay, not by connecting it again and again through the console cable to an end device, but just by clicking on the router and accessing its CLI. So this is a little something to give a heads up on how to connect a router and how to select different devices and where to select the different connections and where to select the different end devices. So this will be uh, enough for today's video, so I will be back to you with the formal first lab session on how to do some basic configurations on a Cisco router. So until then, see you, take care, bye.